Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. Today we're going to be replacing the windshield wipers on this 2004 H1 Hummer. I know. It's simple, right? Just windshield wipers. How hard can it be? Well, I had a hell of a time figuring out what size windshield wipers to buy. Some places say 11 inch, some places say 12 inch. And then when you look at the listings and whether they're meant for this particular vehicle or not, there's very few of them that are actually listed as being compatible with the H1. So I finally settled on a set of 12-inch Michelin blades. It's these guys right here. It's these right here. They're gonna be 12-inch long. They are the Rain Force blades. And as you can see, they're the traditional style blades that are not the one piece without all the springs and the levers and such. The blades that are on here are Bosch blades. There is no blade at all left on them. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty much flat. They've been sitting like this in this position for probably 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. I know the truck wasn't driven much in the last 4 years. There's a lot of different styles of blades that have come on the H1s over the years. So you got to make sure that the blades, replacement blades that you purchase, go with the arms that you have. If you can see here, this arm has the style of a connector that goes here, and I think it loops back around and goes that way. So there's like a little U, like that shape at the end of it, that the blade clips into. Let me get one of these off. We'll see how it connects and make sure the new blades are compatible. You'll notice I put a little piece of painter's tape, masking tape there. I've never broken a windshield by doing this, but I know of a few other people at least that have accidentally let this go too quickly, taps on the glass and it'll chip it, break it. Sometimes it'll put a crack through the entire thing. So just for safety, maybe 5-6 years ago, anytime I replace a windshield wiper blade on any type of vehicle, I always put a piece of tape where the metal rod is going to strike the glass. And I still put it down gently, but just in case it taps on the glass a little too hard, you don't run the risk of chipping or breaking the blade. As you can see, it is that U-shaped, J-shaped channel on the end of it. So you take your blade, you slide it in there, and you essentially just pull it down this way and it locks in place. On the old blade, this is what it looks like. The U-shaped piece goes around here, and then you just pull that back, pull the blade this way, and it locks it in place. Let's open up the new one, make sure it's the right size. There's the new blade next to the old one. It is the right style connector right there, as you can see. One thing I noticed is that the new blade is slightly shorter than the old blade. That's interesting because most of the places I looked, this vehicle, this 2004 H1 Hummer, needed an 11-inch blade. And a couple places said a 12-inch blade. So let's take a measuring tape and see how long this new blade actually is. Yeah, it's 12 inches exactly. How long is this old one? It looks like 13.5 inch. That's interesting. So I went with the 12 because it was the longer of the two that were spec'd out for this truck. It's what I'm gonna stick with. I don't know how well this one did or didn't work, or if it rubbed on the bottom, because I did not want to turn on the wipers with as bad a shape as these blades are in, as you can see, because it would have scratched up the windshield. So either way, we're going with the Michelins, the 12-inch, and this is the style that I chose. And let me tell you why I avoided these blades. So this one is somewhat old and it's been sitting on a flat windshield for a while, so it's lost the bow, right? Usually these are kind of bowed the way they're manufactured. Since they don't have all these springs and levers in them, the way these are manufactured, the blade actually has a bow in it. So when you get them brand new, they're actually bowed quite a bit. And that's because most of these go on a curved windshield with a slight curve in it. So if they were flat, the ends wouldn't touch the glass. Now we get to the H1 Hummer, which has a perfectly flat windshield. And if you use a blade like this, and it's brand new and it has a curve to it, the ends, this end and this end, are going to be pushing on the glass a lot more than the middle. And you're going to get streaks or sometimes even scratches at the two ends. And if you don't get the scratches, what you'll notice is that the performance is not that great compared to a traditional style wiper blade. And that's because the two ends are pushing down on the flat piece of glass when they're meant for a slightly rounded piece of glass. And they're actually pushing the middle of the blade away from the glass a little bit. So you get better wiping on the ends, less wiping in the middle. And then if it has a real strong bow in it and sharp edges on the rubber, you'll also potentially get scratches on your windshield. So if you are replacing your H1 Hummer wiper blades, use this style. This style does bend for windshields that have a curve in them, but for an H1 Hummer with a perfectly flat windshield, this is the style that you want. I know they don't look as nice and neat and modern as these, but this is going to perform better and you're going to run less of a risk of damaging your windshield. In order to install this, really all you need to do, so that U-shaped piece right there goes, you drop it in here and then you pull it back and you pull the blade this way and it locks in place. This one actually swivels as well, which is nice. You can swivel it out this way. You can see that U-shaped piece comes around here and there. And if you want, you can put it on that way. I'm gonna pop it in there real quick and let's see if it fits correctly. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand while I'm videotaping for you guys. Got it slightly in there and then pulled it down and that's it. And that's it. That's all it takes to install it. It's on, it's in place, and now I'm gonna take this piece of tape off and move on to the other side. There we go, perfect. There it is, the other one's replaced as well. We've got two brand new windshield wiper blades on there with the correct blade style. And next time it rains, should be good to go and be able to see out the windshield. Next thing I gotta do is replace this cracked windshield on that side. This particular 04 H1 came with the heated windshield option, and it is extremely difficult to find replacements for the heated windshield glass. I did find one from a gentleman who was parting his out and replacing his with standard non-heated windshields, and he was able to get that to me. I've got it in a box along with brand new seals for the glass and everything that goes along with it to do a good clean installation of the new windshield. I'm gonna get that in at some point. Not a priority for me right now. Lots of other things that need to be taken care of on the truck, but for the time being, we've got new windshield wipers and we can see out the windows if it rains. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button below. I love y'all. See you next time. And I'll leave links down in the description of the exact Michelin 12-inch blades I bought. I bought them on Amazon, just like most of my stuff. It's convenient, it's easy, and usually they got good prices. But I'll leave the links down in the description below in case you want to purchase yours. You can go to that link, purchase them on Amazon, or just grab the information and buy them at your local auto parts store. Again, love y'all. See you next time.